Welcome. I'm back with Reddit stories, and this time we're doing it a little different, obviously. I got my fiance here, and we're actually going to read something different. Okay, so I found this thing on Reddit, and it says, what secret can you reveal now that your NDA has expired? And I thought that was really interesting. I've been wanting him to join for a while, but he can't sit still for a long period of time. So the other Reddit stories would not ever have worked. So this, I feel like, will work because I feel like he's going to be interested in knowing all these secrets of other people because
I'm nosy.
we're both very nosy. So let's get started. I worked at Apple on the Apple Maps team. One of our contractors accidentally deleted all of Australia once. How is that even possible?
That's crazy.
Someone said and they missed their chance to move it somewhere reasonable when putting it back.
Stupid. That's stupid.
Okay, someone said, signed so many in my career, but two stick out. Number 1, Joey Lawrence can only be referred to by Joseph or Mr. Lawrence on set and cannot be more than 50 yards from his workout equipment. Is he just gonna be in a scene and then be like, all right guys, hold on.
Need a pump.
Start working out.
Need a pump real quick.
Number 2, Bruce Campbell has absolutely no official writers in his contracts, but he'll invent them if he doesn't like the people he's working with to be funny. What? A friend of mine was paralyzed while riding a trek. He and his family signed the NDA because they needed the money to pay for healthcare. The quick release in the front tire was faulty and the front tire came off while he was going down a hill. He was thrown and instantly paralyzed. The lawyer found out that Trek had paid off multiple people who were paralyzed by the same quick release issue and was able to get a very large settlement. I eventually found out about the NDA pushed by Trek and haven't bought one since. I always share this story when I hear that someone is looking to buy a mountain bike.
That's crazy.
So basically, don't buy Trek mountain bike. Before Redbox swapped to chip and pin credit card readers circa 2021, the old swipe style readers stored your credit card info in a text file. I mean plain text on the computer in the kiosk that anyone could have accessed. When they upgraded, there was zero plan to go into each computer and delete that file. There are 30K plus Redbox kiosks floating around with a file of credit card numbers and names to go with them.
That's wild.
Oh my god, what if somebody steals that? Like, what if someone steals a Redbox machine and then just like somehow goes into the files just for that?
People probably done it already.
No NDA, but something I learned that I probably shouldn't have. I was working in an aircraft hangar that would strip and respray full commercial planes. One day I noticed a fleet of Boeing employees setting up on the hangar floor, and when I asked why, they said that one of the new planes had a hard landing, and when they stripped it down, they noticed cracks running the whole way along the hull. I said presumably it gets dismantled and investigated for weaknesses. They looked at me and were like, nah, she's headed to Africa now. Basically, it's too much money to scrap and or write off, so they send it to a country where if something goes wrong, it's not as big a news story. Every industry cuts corners and hides shit, even the ones you pray shouldn't.
That's wild.
And this is why I'm scared of flying. Cause what do you mean? That's insane. Game company CEO I used to work for would pay for female worker toenail clipping. People were pretty sure he used to put them in a sandwich and eat them.
Nah.
Coworker who was asked if she'd participate in private told me about it. She didn't do it technically, but I'd give her mine to give it to him and we'd split the commission. Not making this up.
That's disgusting. What do you do with the toenail clip?
He put it in his sandwich and ate them.
Ew. I mean, I want to puke.
The little baby wants to come in. Oh. Also, I just want to give a little heads up. Every time I do Reddit stories, I do not read the stories ahead of time. So I'm reading it in real time, just as you guys are hearing it in real time. So my reactions are in the moment. Am I overreacting? My sister's boyfriend is subtly trying to suggest a threesome with both of us. My older sister has been dating this guy since May of 2025. Her last relationship of 4 years ended mid-2024. And after her then boyfriend made a pass at me in private, which I obviously then disclosed to her, It was earth-shattering for both of us and definitely altered aspects our relationship, both temporarily and permanently. At present, with her current boyfriend, after she'd been seeing him for a few months, he requested to follow me on Instagram, and I informed my sister of this. She was understandably annoyed and compared it to her ex's actions and behavior, which was almost triggering for her. But since then, she has made comments and told me stories that involve her current boyfriend being keen on getting the three of us under one roof. She doesn't seem bothered about his curiosity with me anymore, and even seems to be encouraging. It started when she jokingly suggested the three of us move to a remote compound and start a life together, even using the word share. Bro, please. I literally actually encountered this video on Instagram of this couple, and it's twin sisters with one man, and everyone's like, what? And they're like, no, we don't do anything with each other. It's just the guy, but we share him, and they all live together. I'm like, what is happening here? Then her boyfriend purchased me a pack of Inapro underwear for Christmas, which she gave to me. Bear in mind, I had only met this man in person one time up until February of this year. Then after getting off of work one weekend, she texted saying I could come to her and her boyfriend's local swinger community meetup if I wanted to. Hold on. So they're already involved in something like this. I feel like I'm reading a book. I was getting off work at 1 a.m. from a double shift. I politely declined. I was able to brush most of his behavior off as him trying to extend a weird olive branch to his partner's sibling, with whom she's very close. That was until last night. Last evening, I asked my sister for her phone so I could send myself pictures of me she had taken on my birthday. I was scrolling until a particularly strange video caught my eye. Essentially, it was an AI-generated video of my sister and I in bikinis with giant breasts hugging chest to chest. Even typing it out now feels surreal. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. To me, this was weird as F, far beyond just the unspoken factor of My sister knows about my beef with AI and how strenuously anti-AI I am. To see that on her phone was appalling and felt weirdly violating.
Hold the hell up.
We're only talking about how violating it was to see that it was AI, not that it was your sister. Like, it's you and her being very inappropriate.
I think that was also...
Okay. Upon asking her what I was looking at, she told me her boyfriend tried to generate a video of us kissing, but the AI video app wouldn't allow it and instead showed us hugging. She was completely unfazed. She went as far as to tell me I was overreacting for saying that this was incredibly weird behavior on her boyfriend's part, and the entire thing was uncomfortable and borderline non-consensual, especially given her knowledge, my hatred for anything AI. Am I overreacting? I can't rationalize this odd change in my sister's responses to his curiosity about me. It feels like they're talking about me together, or he's normalizing this subject with my sister. I feel insane and have no one to weigh in on this, but my gut says this is so wrong. That is disgusting in so many ways.
Nasty.
Not only is she normalizing that, but the fact that he's okay with it.
I'm out. I was only here for the NDA stuff.
Alright guys, he has now left the party. It is now just me and you. We're gonna move on to the next story. I, 20 female, cannot deal with my boyfriend's 25 male tattoo dedicated to his ex, 23 female. Let's give it a chance. Let's go. Pretty much what the title says. They'd been together for a couple of years, a few months before he and I got together. He'd gotten a tattoo symbolic of her name a year into their relationship. He told me he'd kind of designed it himself, but had to make some tweak because the one he'd originally designed was too intricate. I am very, very uncomfortable. I know this happened before I was in his life and that I shouldn't let it bother me and blah blah blah, but I can't help how I feel. I can't just suck it up. I really need some advice on how to start working on getting over this. Thank you. I mean, like, I don't know. I can relate to this. My ex and I got matching tattoos of our letters, and once I was out of that relationship, I covered it. Not everybody does. I think it depends on how you leave the relationship. I also think it depends on like what happened. I feel like for some people, maybe if there was no bad blood and if it's not like a tattoo that somebody's gonna see all the time, I don't know. I feel like some people probably wouldn't, just because it could be too big to cover, and maybe you don't want to cover it with something crazy, or maybe it's a very hard tattoo to cover. And also a lot of people don't want to go through the process and the pain and the money to take the tattoos off. So I feel like it kind of just depends on the severity of the tattoo and why does it bother you so much. Especially like if you knew this already getting into this relationship, then you already knew that this was a thing. Like for example, Ryan and I have matching tattoos, but we have a rule. If we get anything matching, it needs to be a tattoo that we know that we would also get on our own and not something that's fully matching. shit. And he has a tattoo that I know other people have too. You know, I even have the tattoo. It's not like a lot of people could have it. I understand a name, and that's definitely an extensive thing. I just feel like it really depends on the scenario of the story. We're just gonna go to the update. Oh, the update is literally the next day. Okay, I got a lot of shit. Nice to read through all of that after the kind of night I had. Last night, my boyfriend got back home to tell me that he'd found the post. He's an avid Redditor, so I should have seen this coming. He said he had no idea that the tattoo was bothering me this much. We talked till about 3 in the morning because I had college at 8. He woke me up at 6 and said he wanted to talk. Long story short, he's still in love with her. He really likes me and wanted to make it work, and thought that moving close to me and away from her will help him sort his feelings out and be with me wholeheartedly. So, yeah. Thanks to those who actually tried to help me and didn't call me names. Okay, I was not expecting that. I actually was really not expecting that because, like I said, there are people who keep them and it's not because they're in love with them still. But I can see it a little bit because, like, why wouldn't you cover it if you're in a new relationship and it's literally her name? Damn, that sucks. Honestly, it just sucks. Like, imagine getting woken up at 6 in the morning to hear that, and then you have school. I could not do that. Let's just move on. Am I the asshole because I refuse to try for a daughter? My wife and I have been having a hard time. She is a teacher and her job is stressful. Every day she talks about how much she dislikes her students and their parents. In many ways, this has bled into our home life. She often will get frustrated with her son and say, "You're acting like so-and-so," or "So-and-so in my class does the same thing." This is confusing for him because he doesn't know who those people are. Our son is starting kindergarten in the fall. My wife wants to have a second baby. She says she is sick of being a boy mom and wants a daughter. I do not think we are ready to have a second baby. Okay, I'm just gonna say, I was a teacher. I was a teacher twice, and it's rough. It is a hard profession. It really, really is, especially when you're dealing with young kids. Actually, I think any age genuinely is difficult. I can understand her being super frustrated every single day. I can understand it seeping into the home life. I used to come home and literally, no joke, I would lay on my bedroom floor and I would want nobody to talk to me for hours. Like, I needed decompression time very badly. Now, to be fair, I have autism and I need that. And many people, other people do not. Okay, I understand that. But it is very difficult. It is. I loved my job. I very much enjoyed being a teacher, but it is something that is very mentally, physically, emotionally draining. I will say that yes, because you're with them 24/7, it's easy to comparing your students to people in your life because you're with them all the time. But this is definitely bad. Like, the way that he's saying, he doesn't understand who these people are, and she's just saying random people's names, and he's like, what? Like, who is that? If you're tired of being a boy mom, I don't like that comment. Tired of being a boy mom. What does that even mean? Because if you're tired of being a parent to one kid, don't you think you would be tired of being a parent to another? I don't know. I digress, I guess. For one thing, we have had several conflicts with our parents about childcare. Both have said they will help us, but her parents are flaky and my parents are judgmental. For a second thing, we are not doing well financially at the moment. Expenses have gone up, and that is stressful. For a third thing, my wife wants to have a girl, and I'm scared of how she will react if that doesn't happen. Right, she's saying, like, I want to have a girl, but how... Ma'am, you can't pick that. Like, you can't be like,
this is what I want and I choose this.
my wife said I'm being selfish because I got a boy and now think we're done. She said if we had a girl, I would want to try again. That's not true. I don't care. I just think now is a bad time for a second child, period. Work is stressful and home is stressful too. Am I an asshole? No, I don't. And honestly, I think you're the one that has the brain in this because, girl, what? Come on. A lot of people are saying not the asshole. Someone did say, what would happen if you had another boy? Would you just keep trying for a girl? And he said, I have tried to say this. She is confident our second baby would be a girl. Don't get me wrong, a lot of women do have like that intuition and stuff, but you cannot depend on that. Women's intuition is pretty good, but you can't depend on that. You literally can't. You don't know. Let's go to the update. The next day. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. She was already pregnant. I did not expect that. I was not expecting that. Out of all things, was not expecting that. That caught me completely off guard. That's why she was so upset. I told her I don't want to have another baby right now, that we aren't in the right place for it, and she told me she was already pregnant. So that's that. I asked her if she knows how this happened. She said it doesn't matter and said I wouldn't be mad, that I just want us to be honest with each other. She says she stopped taking her birth control because it was making her feel crazy, and she didn't tell me because she didn't want to make it a thing about it. It's definitely not a thing now. Okay, what? I don't like this. You cannot just stop birth control and not tell your partner that, because if it was the other way around, it would be a huge ass problem, but it's okay for her to do it and not tell him about it. So I'm over here editing, and I just wanted to clarify something, that a woman is allowed to stop birth control at any point in time. Like, that is totally her choice. We are the ones that dictate what we do with our bodies. Same thing for the other way around. A man has the right to his own body. But I do not agree with a couple that is married and you're making decisions like this and you're not letting them know, especially knowing that you can have a baby at the end of the day. I just think that's extremely irresponsible and very manipulative. I want to clarify that. Thanks. This is completely not okay. The next one. But then she'll go on maternity leave. This is obviously going to be tough for us financially. I am worried about our son more than anything. I told her we need to make a plan to make sure he doesn't get sidelined by the baby. She rolled her eyes at me. She told me that he is fine because he's a big boy now. He has his friends at kindergarten and he needs to focus on those peer relationships. I told her that I am serious about this, and it turned into a fight. I said if she can't be a mother to our son, I will take him to my parents and stay there with him until she can. She said I was being dramatic and that everything will be fine and he will love his sister. We don't know the gender yet, but she knows. I have no words. I don't even know what to say. This is so, like, not okay on so many freaking levels. That's it. There's no other update. I don't, what? Oh my God, because this was last week. What do you mean? All right, guys, you know what that means? To be continued. Maybe the next time there's another video, there'll be an update on this and we might have to revisit this. I don't know. You're just gonna have to look and find out and watch my next video. But that's it for all the Reddit stories. See you guys next time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging. Bye. Why are you so close?
I did it with.
Actually, I'm gonna just leave it. I'm just gonna leave
Blooper.
it. Take a nap. Wait, where did your mic go? This is way too fucking long. Is your mic on?
Ish.